Look what they have on Amazon today. It's a whole movie.
Our enemies do not know what they have begun.
Why do you keep fighting?
Evil does not sleep. It waits.
It's on the front page of Amazon today. The Lord of the Rings, The Rings of Power. Watch now, Prime Video. I happen to be on, well, I have Prime, Amazon Prime. So with Amazon Prime, you also get access to Prime Video. It looks like they got some good movies. And the actors are getting paid just enough to be those actors that the people get to watch on the Prime Video. I mean, it's just so good. I mean, look at this stuff. It's even better than some of the movies that are getting put out of these Prime Videos. Bronwyn. Dwarves. We got a good looking dwarf. Prince Durin. They got a black dwarf too. Princess Disa. Harfoots. Ebony. Yeah, why can't you can't use the word? We can use the word ebony even on non-sexual. You don't have to say black. Poppy Proudfellow. Largo Brandyfoot. Yeah, it is like that, eh? I didn't know that until now. Southlanders. You have this queen, you got captain, Farazan, Irian, Isildur. Keeman reminds me a lot of a couple ones. Here's this one. Lord Celebrimbor. I've heard of Lord Celebrantor. Who's Lord Celebrimbor? High King Gilgalad. It's a big one. I went on Amazon to buy something and then I got hit with this. It's a very holy looking movie, this one.
Of a new era for our people.
It is the Lord of the Rings, too. Looked a lot better than Amazon right now. Hayabusa T3 boxing gloves. I think I used to have Hayabusa boxing gloves. Back in the day, he did. He gets his royalties. He'll be back on Amazon in a few days. He loves ketchup. You know, if it's a ketchup order, no, I'm lying because he doesn't order that much ketchup. They had this Heinz. It was like $20 for 4 packs of ketchup, 4 packs of relish, 4 packs of mustard. Because that's how it's getting even in my house. I don't want just the 1 pack. I remember back in the day when I was a kid. Oh my goodness, we got the 1 pack for the barbecue. But nowadays it's more like, how much bang can I get for my buck? I'll spend a $20 or a 25, and how much am I going to get for it? How long is it going to last me? You get a 4 pack mustard, relish, mayonnaise, and ketchup. The Heinz mayonnaise is really good. That's the mayonnaise you get when you go to like a certain place. I don't think I've had a Heinz mayonnaise packet in a really long time. But I know there were certain areas you'd go, and I think the Heinz mayonnaise packet's the most highest quality packet out of all their packets. It's made of like this silver metal, this packet is. Well, I guess they have all different ones. The ones I remember is this one. Oh, you know where I used to have these packets? I swear on my life, the county jail here in Canada is a Heinz mayonnaise customer. So people are wondering, even myself, I'm wondering, so what's the profit, right? You're bringing somebody to jail. Well, you know how somebody may be on like an ODSP or on something like that? Well, now they're not going on Amazon no more because they lost their rights, right? Because they violated the law. So now they can't buy big bottles of mayonnaise like I can and you can and we can. They get them on a program where their money's automatically, they don't get anything. And all they get is these tiny little mayonnaise packets. But boy, when those mayonnaise packets hit. But you know what it is in the real world? These are like these are a mayonnaise packet. But then when you start to get older, you start to see these as sort of like advertisement for to buy an actual bottle of mayonnaise or a bottle of ketchup. If you're one of those people that were originally on the packets. I wasn't originally on packets. Originally, my dad always had a bottle of tomato ketchup in the fridge. He knew his son loved tomato ketchup. We would usually have a sweet relish. We would have a barbecue and all that. I don't even know Nikki. She's just new. She's brand new. We had tomato ketchup for years before her. Okay. And I continue to have tomato ketchup. And have real mayonnaise. My dad doesn't even have teeth. How reputable is a man that doesn't have teeth? His head looks like a ballistic fucking, and I don't want to attack my dad. Because that is what they want. They want me to attack my dad so they can kill him or take him to jail. So it'll ruin my life in some way. Because my dad's did stuff for me. And that's why I am who I am. But don't let John fool you. And you know why they did this to him? Because he wasn't playing his role right. He was going against his own son, his own this and that. And they taught him a lesson forever. And that's something this guy always says, teach him a lesson. He got taught a good lesson. You don't even see any pictures of the guy. Until you see some pictures of him and all that with his real name, John Slote, and he isn't hidden. He's even worse than the guy with the Cadillac shoes. And you know what my dad used to say about the guy with the Cadillac shoes? That guy's nothing but a this, that, and the other, da, 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 da. That guy with the Cadillac shoes is doing better than John. Knockabilly. All right. Here's another new one. There's Nikki. She's alive and well. Wow, she looks like an American person in this one. There's Nikki. I hadn't seen Nikki like that. She looks like she gained weight, that Nikki. She used to be skinny as hell. She looks like she gained weight. She gained weight, bud. Yeah, she did. She was more than nice. I even call Nikki my stepmom, and she loves birds. She taught me about birds. She taught me how to properly cut onions. Her family taught me about, well, and cutting peppers too. And her family got me on the damn, there's her dad, I think, got me on the iced coffees. I never had iced coffee before. I never been to their house, but I've been in his trailer, or not his trailer. It's a full-out RV. One time they were on a full-out RV trip, and I got to go in their RV. As big as I am. He'd tell you back then how big I was. He took up the whole goddamn trailer. Okay, nowadays, That's what it was. Once Tom E started growing a little bit too big or whatever, I got back. I got to my proper position. Nikki didn't even know Tom had a whole different. That's what it is with Nikki sometimes. She's just a woman. It's like she's just a woman. And I knew that from the get go, that she was just a woman. And women, they don't always know everything. But that's kind of the thing with the guys or whatever. Epic congrats. I don't know. But they do. And look at what Craig Zeke's saving up for. So I'm at my mom's and I'm going for a smoke. And some girl in the elevator is moving her grandmother's stuff and was like, holy fuck, a jar of pennies. She said she was going to throw them away. And if I wanted them, I could have them. I offered to buy them and she said I could have them for free. A bunch of pennies? I don't think my dad ever has listened to that 3-6 Mafia, and I don't think he ever will. He knows that once you listen to it, it corrupts your mind state, and he might have ambitions that he wouldn't otherwise have if he didn't listen to that 3-6 Mafia. Whereas me, when I was down in the US, I was going to school. I went into the Best Buy. My dad doesn't go into Best Buy. He's a Best Buy customer. Unless he's buying something at Best Buy. Because he don't buy nothing at Best Buy because he don't need it. Because that's not who he is. He doesn't buy shit at Best Buy. I do. And when I was at Best Buy, I got my mom to buy me the 3-6 Mafia. But as I get older, no, it's not a good thing to listen to all the time is that 3-6 Mafia. But I listen to it and I like it. But you don't want to get too deep into that 3-6. Once you start getting deep into the 3-6, that's what it is. 666. The devil. You're fucking with the devil. Everybody else isn't. But you think everybody is because 3-6 Mafia is right there on Facebook. But as soon as you step outside the door, they're coming for people listening to that 3-6. Like the FBI. Why are you going here? You listen to 3-6? And it was advertised right next to them. Same with the ICP. Once they started to get together with the ICP, it started to show who they were. And I've distanced myself from that FBI. I worked for a whole different bureau. It was the one. It was the one where we caught Osama, and then we might come back now. What's this? This is a good one because I'm getting my royalties, and one thing I'm going to be spending my money on is groceries. You're paying more because big groceries profit more. I don't need pasta much because I've had my share of pasta, as you know, and I don't eat coffee, but I love oranges, and he loves soup, and he's tired of bread. So there's certain things that you don't really need that you could cut out, that you don't need to spend your money on. And they know that. So there's little tiny increases. But that's the premium you pay. I live here in Canada. We don't have oranges that grow naturally all over the area. Down in Florida, they have lots of oranges. And you have to pay to bring those oranges up from Florida and California. They have Californian oranges, they have Florida oranges. And then you got to pay, think about that woman. You know, that's why I tell my mom, and think about like the mess you make and all that. That's why I don't go out to the restaurant, because when I do, it's a nice time. And it is for a lot of people. And then, you know, you got to think about the people that are working there. They're serving you. You're paying the extra money for the servants. They're not slaves. I mean, they're paid servers. Can you afford to have people to cook and serve you all the time? Probably not. No, not even the royalty can. Like you feel like royalty when you do it, and then you don't want to cook. That's what happens. But that's a good thing. I lose weight that way. If you don't, that's a good way to lose weight. If you're going to all these restaurants and you're having people make it for you, try to think about making it homemade. It's going to take a really long time to finally sit down and make the homemade food. It's going to be a lot of money saved and a lot of weight lost. And then because you're relying on other people, you could free yourself just like that and get all the things that you dreamed of. Stop going to restaurants when you can't afford to go to restaurants. Stacks and Millie, when's the last time I've been to a restaurant? It has been a while. I like fast food. Many of us love our fast foods. I think the last times where I went to a few funerals. Me and my Uncle Roy went to Wendy's on the way to Walkerton. That was another funeral. My Uncle Roy looks just like Dave Thomas. I wish I could bring a photo of him up. He doesn't have any photos now that I think about it. Roy Lang is his name. It doesn't matter what his goddamn name is. Because I was just going to come up with another joke about how he looked like the Dave Thomas. All right, he looks a little bit like a Dave Thomas. And then there was a guy over at the courthouse that it was a funeral. See, I was just there to attend court. But that Ox Rankin, rest in peace, he was at the court. So we had dinner at the Wendy's afterwards. And little did I know, it came across the news that this man that was also at the courthouse, and they played favoritisms on him. They loved this. Everybody loved Ox Rankin. But I don't get why. He had lots of gold. He had lots of knowledge he could share, but he was a very racist man against the white men. I know that. And that's how I am with the blacks too. I love the black women, and then I'm a little bit racist against their black men. Whereas he's the same way. He's racist against the white men, but he likes the white women, who they think is our white women, but I never knew the white women. I'm just another nigga to the white women. But Ox Rankin think Stacks and Millie is this white boy no. Stacks and Millie hasn't had not very many women. Ox Rankin had fucking pure everything. I don't know why he treated me like shit, but he did. But it's whatever. All I know is that he doesn't exist anymore. He's dead. He died. God killed his ass. He fucking was a piece of junk to me. But he wasn't that bad. From what I heard about Ox Rankin, he was different in person. But he might be able to say I was acting different too. And then how all the youngins put it on Ox Rankin. Oh, disgusting. But then his mouth would never shut the fuck up. I'm surprised he didn't get shot in it. His mouth was fucking, and I think he used to say something about how something about his mouth. He used to suck on the titties of the fucking the white one, the famous Instagram. I stalk her. I fucking stalk her and record all her things. They think I'm some fucking pussy white bumbleclot boy, and he's grown man. I shouldn't even have been at courthouse. Usually I don't even go to the courthouse. But Louis Rankin came there. Shout out to Louis Rankin. He met my brother too, and my brother, big thing is, he is real gangster or whatever. But everybody got sick of Gotti. He always says he's real gangster until real gangsters come on the scene. How about the scene of the car crash where Ox Rankin died? Because they say he's dead, but I never seen the body of him yet. Because usually I see the bodies of them. Now I see who the streets are in Canada because you would always. Oh, okay. Now I know who it is, right? Because they were always talking original Don Dada. There was everything was him, 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 him. I was like, what about me, man? You know? But that's the streets of Canada. They don't give a fuck about me. They don't give a fuck about Gon Gachi. They fucking hate me. They hate my mama. They hate fucking everything about Statue Millie. I'm not black. I'm white. But that's whole one side. That ain't all of Canada. And my brother is caught up in it. And he hangs around with those losers. A photo can say 1,000 words, but it don't make $1 million. That's all I know.